Question before you begin. The checks that you have copies of,
Yes.
were those for you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
My name is Tracy Dalton. I'm a taxpayer in Lamont. You have my documents, so I certainly will not read them for you, but I ask you with all of my heart to please read through them. Please review them. If you have questions, please contact me. I would be more than willing to talk with you. I am that individual who was at that public meeting that my questions were refused to be answered. I had several phone calls, several emails to get a meeting scheduled. My question to them was, what happened to the working cash fund money? Where did it go? $5.4 million was diverted from that fund without one resolution. Our bond and interest money was diverted from that fund, no resolutions. Those funds, over $9 million, were depleted. No journal entries to date have been done. The budget submitted this past year to you for 2010 shows those funds still there. They're not there. The district refuses to make those journal entries. The fact sheet that you have with your packet, if you look at that fact sheet, it's inaccurate. You're going off of inaccurate information. There's several things that are wrong. Some of those things are the budget for 2009 incorrectly includes $70,000 of interest. Those revenues should be reduced by $70,000. We had no interest in the prior year. We're certainly not going to have it in 2007. Also, those fund balances that show the balances that would enable us to meet our cash flow needs. For 2007, there's an interfund loan to Social Security and the IMRF fund of $14,794 out of the operating funds. There's also a loan from the Site and Construction Fund of $971,884. For 2008, there's an interfund loan from the IMRF SS account for $119,737. The Site and Construction has over $1 million loan. Those loans can't be repaid. There's no money coming into the Site and Construction. So we need to reduce those fund balances. They're not accurate. So you're going to have these financials to look at. They're not accurate. They want to sit here and tell you they're working together, they're doing this, doing that. They're not. They've depleted our town's assets without any journal entries, no resolutions, and that's not acceptable. They refuse to schedule a meeting with me. They may say my questions were answered. They've never answered them. They won't even do the journal entries. They absolutely refuse. The only people we have who can help are you guys sitting there. Our town is begging you to do something. I wish I could sit here and say we don't need to be certified in financial difficulty, because that's going to be a blemish on our town. We don't deserve it as a town. We live in a nice community, and a community of our statute should not be certified in financial difficulty. We have enough funds. We don't have to have this referendum to do it. The problem is they're paying Peapod. Look through our bills. Go through on board docs. Our bills are listed. There is excessive waste. How much petty cash do we need to send to the different transportation funds? How much different bills do we have to pay? It's absolutely unacceptable. The dishonesty, the misleading,
can we take a break here? Deb, the information that you provided is in the board packet?
Yes.
It's that, excuse me, I just wanted to ask her a question. The information you provided is in the board packet was based on the information that was provided through the audit?
Up through fiscal year 08, that is from the annual financial information. Fiscal year 09 and 10 is from the fund, with the exceptions of the fund balances being carried forward because I automatically do that from the last audit. The revenue expenditures are from the 09 and 10 budget that we have been submitted. The 10 budget is the one that we sent back to the school district to address the
And those are all public information.
right. With the exception of the 10 budget, because it's being worked on to be corrected, all of these documents are out on our website.
And through fiscal year 2008, that would be based upon the audited financial statements that we received from the district.
And is there some reason
she's referencing in her information here?
And is there some reason that the 09's not in? You said something a while ago, but I didn't understand.
The 09 annual financial report has had an extension until December.
Right, and what caused them to need an extension?
Their audit, basically they sent a request to the regional superintendent ask the district to state as to why they couldn't get complete by November 15th.
Our auditor indicated his workload along with more of the detailed work that we had related to business office practices.
Same auditor as you usually have
The
every
same one
year?
that we, exactly.
And
This
was
is
he
the last
usually
year.
always on time?
No, he was not. He was usually late.
Last year in the contract.
Good. No, I don't need that, but I mean, it is hard. Well, we can't do anything statewide until we get all the annual financial audits in. I mean, we can't look at bottom lines, and so it seems so important to get them all.
May I make one last comment? Just the financial profile scores that you have in your packet are inaccurate because they do not reflect the interfund loans. And in my information, I did put, for example, the one that shows 2.75, it should be 2.63, I believe, is one example of just the inaccuracy. So if you're going to use those figures, they really aren't accurate because no interfund loans have been posted or there's no journal entry.
2.75, what are you
The
referencing?
financial profile scores, which like determine our.
Oh, the 2.75 for the profile
Yes,
score.
yes, those financial profile scores are inaccurate. They're inflated because what was happening is when they were submitting the budgets annually, any funds that had negative balances, they zero out those funds, but they don't do an offsetting liability on it across. So that's where they overstated the cash on a regular basis, beginning in 2007 by $1 million, 2008, 2.7 million, 2009 was $3 million. This past year we overstated cash 6.6 million. So that affects those financial profile scores.
Thank you.
I just have one question on here.
Sure.
Do you have a list of the audit exceptions that you?
Yes, I included
You're in your.
in the,
Yeah, I mean, I looked at the back of the last, a clear list. And have you shared that with
I FOIA'd that. Well, the audit's online, but the letter that I put as Exhibit A and Exhibit B, if you look at Exhibit A-2 and Exhibit B-2, those audit exceptions, I FOIA'd, I think I FOIA'd or somebody else FOIA'd, I can't remember if I did or anybody else did, FOIA'd those correspondences. And you'll see one of the comments specifically was, for the cash accounts are not reconciled to the general ledger. This is the third year that the auditor reported this occurrence. We don't have any financial controls. One person does payroll, only one person does payroll, and that's the way it's been for 3 years. We don't have any controls over the software use.
But the reason, I'm speculating, I admit that, but if they're not doing the reconciliations timely, that might have something to do with why the audits are always late, because when the auditors come in, they have to do work that should be being done by the school district.
Exactly.
But in order to complete the audit, somebody has to do reconciliations as of the end of the year, whether that's people in the school district or whether it's their external
Treasurer. Okay, we have 3 other people that need to speak, and
Thank you.
we're now behind in our